Mr. Dicaprio, thank you for being here today. Can you state your full name for the record?
Leonardo Wilhelm Dicaprio.
Mr. Dicaprio, you've known the defendant, Sean Combs, for several years, correct? Can you describe the nature of your relationship?
Yeah, Sean and I met back in the early 2000s. It was at one of his parties in LA. You know, I was young, coming off Titanic, and his events were the place to be. We'd cross paths at clubs, award shows, charity galas. He was magnetic, you know, always the center of the room. Over time, we became friendly, not best buddies, but we'd hang out, talk about the industry, art, life. He had this way of making you feel like you were in on something exclusive.
Let's focus on those events. Can you describe the atmosphere at Mr. Combs' parties, particularly any incidents that raised concerns for you?
Look, I've been to a lot of parties in my life. Hollywood's wild, right? But Sean's parties, they were on another level. Opulent, excessive. Champagne fountains, private rooms, A-listers everywhere. But there was always this undercurrent. Like you'd see things that made you pause, but you'd brush it off because, well, it's a party, everyone's having fun, or so you thought.
Can you be more specific, Mr. Dicaprio? What kinds of things made you pause?
Okay. There was this one night, I think it was 2010, at his Miami estate. I saw Sean handing out drinks, special drinks, he called them. Not just champagne or vodka, but these little vials. People took them, and within minutes they were different. Slurring, stumbling, way beyond drunk. I remember this one girl, she couldn't have been more than 22, her eyes were glassy, and she was clinging to Sean like she didn't know where she was. I asked her friend if she was okay, and the friend just shrugged, said, "That's just how it goes here."
Are you suggesting Mr. Combs was administering substances to impair people?
Objection, Your Honor. Leading the witness. Mr. Dicaprio is not a toxicologist. He's speculating.
Sustained. Ms. Martinez, rephrase your question.
Fair enough. Mr. Dicaprio, did you ever witness Mr. Combs giving substances to individuals that appeared to affect their behavior?
Yeah, I did. I'm not saying I know what was in those vials, could have been anything, but I saw it happen more than once. People would take them and they'd lose themselves. And Sean, he'd just smile like it was all part of the game.
Did you ever confront Mr. Combs about this?
I didn't. I should have maybe, but I didn't. You have to understand, in that world you don't ask too many questions. You're there to have a good time, not to play cop. I figured people knew what they were getting into, but looking back, I don't know, it didn't sit right.
Let's move to another incident. Can you tell us about any behavior from Mr. Combs that suggested harassment or intimidation?
Yeah, there was this one time in New York, 2014 maybe. Sean was hosting this after-party at a penthouse. There was this young actress, nobody huge, just starting out. She was talented, had this raw energy. Sean was all over her, not just flirting but aggressive, telling her he could make her career if she played along. She looked uncomfortable, tried to laugh it off, but he kept pushing, cornering her by the bar. I stepped in, made some dumb joke to break the tension, and she practically ran to me like I was a lifeline.
Did Mr. Combs stop after you intervened?
Not really. He laughed, called me Captain Save-A-Dame, but later that night I saw him whispering to her again, his hand on her arm. She left the party early and I never saw her at one of his events again. I heard she quit acting a year later.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Mr. Dicaprio has no first-hand knowledge of why this individual left the industry.
Sustained. The jury will disregard the witness's last statement about the actress quitting acting.
Mr. Dicaprio, did you observe any other instances of Mr. Combs using his influence in a way that seemed coercive?
Yeah, plenty. Sean had this way of dangling opportunities. He'd tell people, models, musicians, actors, that he could get them deals, connect them with the right people. But there was always a catch. He'd ask for favors, not always explicit, but you knew what he meant. If you said no, he'd get cold, make you feel like you were nothing. I saw him do it to guys too, not just women. It was like power was his currency.
Let's talk about something more specific. Did you ever witness or hear about Mr. Combs engaging in illegal surveillance or recording of individuals?
Yeah, this is the one that really messed me up. It was at a party in LA 2016. I was in one of the private rooms, VIP area, you know, just a few of us. Sean was bragging about his setup. He showed me this tablet, and it had live feeds from cameras all over the house. Not just the main areas, but bedrooms, bathrooms, places people thought were private. He laughed, said it was for security, but the way he said it, it felt wrong, like he was collecting dirt on people.
Did Mr. Combs indicate what he did with those recordings?
Not directly, but he implied it. He said something like, "You'd be surprised what people do when they think no one's watching." I didn't push him on it, but I got this sick feeling. I started wondering if he had stuff on me too. I stopped going to his parties as much after that.
Objection, Your Honor. This is pure speculation. Mr. Dicaprio has no evidence of any recordings being used improperly.
Overruled. The witness is testifying to what he observed and heard. The jury can assess its weight.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Dicaprio, let's address a more serious allegation. Did you ever witness or suspect Mr. Combs engaging in behavior that could be considered sexual misconduct or assault?
This is hard to talk about. There was one night, I don't know the exact year, maybe 2012 in the Hamptons. I saw something that's haunted me. There was this girl, young, maybe early 20s. She was drunk or worse, maybe from those vials. Sean was with her in a back room, door half open. I didn't see everything, but I heard her say no a few times softly like she was scared. I froze. I didn't know what to do. I told myself maybe I misheard, maybe it was consensual. But the way she looked when she came out, pale, shaking, I've never been sure what happened, but I've carried that doubt ever since.
Why didn't you report this incident at the time?
I was a coward. I didn't want to get involved, didn't want to ruin the vibe, didn't want to be the guy who caused trouble. I kept telling myself it wasn't my place. But I regret it. I should have done something.
One final area, Mr. Dicaprio. Did you ever witness Mr. Combs interacting with individuals who appeared to be underage in an inappropriate manner?
Yeah, this was the last straw for me. It was 2018 at one of his yacht parties. There was this kid, couldn't have been more than 16, maybe 17. I don't know how they got there. Someone said they were a friend's cousin. Sean was too friendly, kept putting his arm around them, giving them drinks, laughing too loud. I pulled the kid aside, asked if they were okay. They said they were fine, but they looked scared. I told one of Sean's security guys to get the kid off the yacht. I don't know what happened after that, but I never went back to one of his events.
Thank you, Mr. Dicaprio. No further questions at this time.
Mr. Agnifilo, your cross-examination.
Mr. Dicaprio, you're a well-known actor, correct? Known for your charm, your charisma, your ability to tell a story.
I'd say I'm decent at my job, yeah.
Decent enough to spin a narrative, perhaps? Let's start with these vials you mentioned. You admit you don't know what was in them, correct?
Correct. But I saw how people acted after taking them. It wasn't just alcohol.
So you're speculating. You also said you never confronted my client about these alleged substances. Why not?
Like I said, I didn't want to rock the boat. It's not like I was his priest or his lawyer.
Convenient. Let's move to this alleged surveillance. You claim Mr. Combs showed you a tablet with camera feeds. Did you see any actual recordings being saved or used?
No, but he implied.
Implied. Another assumption. And this incident with the young woman in 2012, you admit you didn't see anything definitive, correct? You heard a word's no, but you didn't intervene or report it. Why should we trust your memory now, over a decade later?
Because I'm not here to lie. I'm here because I can't keep pretending I didn't see what I saw. I've got no reason to make this up. Sean was a friend, or at least I thought he was. This isn't easy for me.
Yet you continued attending his parties for years, didn't you? If these events were so troubling, why keep going?
It's complicated. You get caught up in the lifestyle, the glamour, the connections. You tell yourself it's not your problem. But eventually it catches up to you. That's why I'm here.
Let's talk about this underage individual. You say they were 16 or 17, but you didn't verify their age, did you? Could they have been 18, 19?
They looked young, too young. I didn't check their ID, but I know what I saw.
So, more speculation. Mr. Dicaprio, isn't it true that you're testifying today to boost your public image, to appear as some kind of moral crusader after years of enjoying my client's hospitality?
No. I'm here because I've spent too long staying silent. I've got enough fame, enough money. I don't need to make up stories to feel good about myself. What I saw, what I think I saw, it's been eating at me. I'm not proud of standing by back then, but I'm trying to do right now.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Dicaprio, you're excused.